Welcome to Best 5 today, 5 teens whose heinous actions shocked the world. Be with us. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Number 5. Joshua Phillips. Joshua Phillips's story is one of the most chilling cases involving a young perpetrator. In 1998, the 14-year-old from Jacksonville, Florida, committed a crime that shocked his community and the nation. On November 3, 1998, Joshua's 8-year-old neighbor, Maddie Clifton, went missing. The community, including Joshua, joined in the search efforts, unaware that Maddie's body was hidden under Joshua's waterbed. For a week, Joshua's mother carried on daily life in the same room, oblivious to the horror beneath her feet. The gruesome truth emerged when Joshua's mother discovered Maddie's body, leading to Joshua's arrest. He had beaten Maddie with a baseball bat and stabbed her multiple times. Joshua claimed he panicked after accidentally hitting her with the bat and escalated the violence in a desperate cover-up attempt. Joshua was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison without parole. Despite his age, the deliberate nature of his actions and the subsequent cover-up demonstrated a level of brutality that many believe justifies his lifelong sentence. Joshua Phillips remains in prison, serving a life sentence. His case raises important questions about juvenile crime and punishment and serves as a stark reminder of the capacity for darkness that can exist even in the young. Number 4. Mary Bell. Mary Bell's story is one of the most disturbing cases of child criminal behavior. Born in 1957 in Newcastle, England, Mary became infamous for her chilling actions at the age of just 10. In 1968, Mary Bell strangled 2 young boys, Martin Brown and Brian Howe, in separate incidents. Her cold and calculated behavior shocked the nation. After Martin's death, Mary left notes admitting to the crime, and after killing Brian, she carved an M into his stomach and mutilated his body with scissors. These actions demonstrated a disturbing lack of empathy and an alarming level of violence for someone so young. Mary was charged with 2 counts of manslaughter due to diminished responsibility, as psychiatrists diagnosed her with psychopathy. She was sentenced to be detained at Her Majesty's pleasure, the British equivalent of an indefinite sentence. Mary Bell was released in 1980 at the age of 23, given a new identity, and has since lived under various pseudonyms. Her early release and subsequent anonymity have sparked significant controversy, with many arguing that her crimes were too severe for her to ever be truly rehabilitated. The case of Mary Bell raises profound questions about the nature of childhood violence and the possibility of rehabilitation for young offenders. Despite her release, the shadow of her past actions continues to hang over her, and the debate about her case remains unresolved. What do you think? Should Mary Bell have been released, or should her crimes have kept her behind bars for life? Number 3. Eric Smith. Eric Smith's case is one of the most notable involving a young individual convicted of a serious crime. In 1993, at the age of 13, Eric was involved in an incident that drew significant attention in Steuben County, New York, and across the United States. On August 2, 1993, Eric encountered 4-year-old Derek Roby and led him into a wooded area. What ensued was a tragic event where Derek lost his life due to severe physical harm inflicted by Eric. The nature of the incident was deeply shocking, considering Eric's young age. Background information on Eric revealed that he had been subjected to bullying due to his appearance, specifically his red hair, freckles, and thick glasses. This history of being bullied may have played a role in his actions, although the level of violence exhibited was unexpected and alarming. The legal proceedings concluded with Eric being found guilty of second-degree murder. He received a sentence of 9 years to life in prison. Over the years, Eric attended multiple parole hearings, with his requests for release being denied until 2021, when he was finally granted parole after serving 28 years. Eric Smith's case brings up important discussions about the juvenile justice system and the potential for rehabilitation. Opinions vary, with some advocating for continued incarceration to ensure public safety, while others support the idea of rehabilitation and the possibility of change, even for those who committed serious offenses at a young age. Number 2. Alyssa Bustamante. Alyssa Bustamante's case is one of the most chilling examples of teenage violence. In 2009, at just 15 years old, Alyssa committed a crime that shocked her small town in Missouri and horrified the nation. On October 21, 2009, Alyssa lured her 9-year-old neighbor, Elizabeth Olton, into the woods. What followed was a premeditated and brutal murder. Alyssa strangled Elizabeth, slit her throat, and stabbed her repeatedly before burying her in a shallow grave she had prepared days earlier. Alyssa later confessed that she wanted to know what it felt like to kill someone. The community was left in disbelief. How could a seemingly ordinary teenager harbor such dark intentions? Alyssa's diary entries, which detailed her excitement and satisfaction from the murder, painted a deeply disturbing picture of her psyche. Alyssa was tried as an adult and convicted of second-degree murder and armed criminal action. She was sentenced to life imprisonment with the possibility of parole, plus 30 years. The calculated nature of her crime and her chilling lack of remorse have led many to argue that she should never be released. Alyssa Bustamante's case raises critical questions about the nature of juvenile crime and the potential for rehabilitation. Can someone who has committed such a premeditated and brutal act ever be truly reformed? What do you think? Should Alyssa Bustamante ever be considered for release, or is society safer with her behind bars? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more true crime stories. Number 1. Lionel Tate. Lionel Tate's case is one of the most infamous and tragic examples of juvenile crime. In 1999, at just 12 years old, Lionel became the youngest person in the United States to be sentenced to life imprisonment without parole. On July 28, 1999, Lionel was left to babysit 6-year-old Tiffany Unick in Broward County, Florida. What started as an evening of play turned into a horrific tragedy. Lionel claimed he was imitating professional wrestling moves, but the severity of Tiffany's injuries, massive internal bleeding, a fractured skull, and a lacerated liver told a different story. The trial was swift and controversial. Despite his age, Lionel was tried as an adult and convicted of first-degree murder. The judge sentenced him to life in prison without the possibility of parole, sparking a nationwide debate about the treatment of juvenile offenders in the criminal justice system. In 2004, Lionel's sentence was overturned on appeal, and he was released after serving just 3 years. But his freedom was short-lived. In 2005, he was arrested for violating probation and later for armed robbery, demonstrating a troubling pattern of behavior. Lionel Tate's case raises profound questions about juvenile justice, the potential for rehabilitation, and the balance between punishment and second chances.